You are listening to session 101 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic Elemental Evil story in the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse. My name is Mike, I run this, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hey, I'm Miles. I'm playing Chadix Winthrop. I'm a human druid.
Hey, I'm Nyx. I play Naughty Bite. She is a Tabaxi monk.
I am Kitties, and I am playing Ren, Goliath Barbarian.
Hello, I'm Sana, and I'm playing Snow, the Elven Cleric.
And introducing a new player with us tonight, Rachel, who is playing Name Not Found yet. But we'll get there. Okay. Oh, did you have something?
I was going to say her name is Velia.
Velia.
Oh, Wood Elf Ranger.
All right. When we last left Gordon's task force, Bit, Chadicus, Ren, and Snow, along with Stoneflame, the fiery Goliath, were assailed by a mix of Crushing Wave cultists and Forstride militia defectors at the flooded banks of the Tudera River. After defeating the group, they continued on to Rolid. At the crossing of the bend of the Tudera River, the party got a better idea of what was happening. Seawater had flooded over land from the east and was flowing into and mixing with the fresh water of the river. When they neared the coastal town of Rolid, GTF happened upon a trio of water cultists abusing Rolid townsfolk, forcing them to till the soil underwater, jeering them. The party made quick work of the cultists and freed the townsfolk, who informed them that all this water arrived with the coming of a torrential rainstorm on the morning of Flame Rule the 1st, 2 days ago. Water cultists and lizard folk stormed the town and corralled all humans and halflings that made up the town into separate places, with some of the fanatics taking groups of the humans to work the fields at their command. GTF continued on toward Rolid, the freed townies running for cover as soon as they arrived in the flooded town. Rolid's town hall, serving as the town's stronghold, was transformed into a citadel of elemental water. As the party trudged near to investigate, they took a detour into the market district and saved a family of halflings that had boarded up their storefront and were under assault from lizard folk. That done, GTF strode up to the tower and were taunted at by none other than the apparent leader of the Crushing Wave cult, Gar Shatterkeel. The party didn't take his threats and invitation very seriously, but they were annoyed by the fact that something about them barred them access to the waterfall-coated keep. Deciding to investigate that as they went, the party ventured toward Rolid's pier, avoiding people devoid of people serving fresh and or hot seafood, and replaced with a hydra, blocking the tavern where the humans were apparently corralled. The fight was brutal and cost Snow dearly as she took the most of the hydra's bites, but in the end, the party prevailed. The group entered the tavern Drix Dregs, finding scores of townsfolk packed inside like sardines. One woman in particular seemed to be holding everyone there from despair, and with her and a few other townies informing the group that there was something about the cultists that allowed them to enter the keep as it was. GTF, a bit haggard from the battle with the Hydra, took some of the little free space and took an hour break. We returned to Flame Roll the 3rd in the late afternoon, an overcast sky that was out of place for the summer month, with Gordon's task force a little bit rested. Stoneflame, using the head of his maul incandescent with light, seals some of his wounds. Townsfolk staring and giving him a bit of a wide berth. There we go. Sealed and healed. He jumps to his feet. Are you all ready to go?
I'm prepared over here. The only question I have is, where are we going?
I don't know.
I don't have any new ideas about the tower, do you?
Well, what about we ask the townspeople?
Didn't they
Maybe
tell us,
they know.
Didn't they tell us we need a shell or something from one of the cultists to get into the
That's
town hall?
right. We are going to have to go hunt for some of those girls with the swords.
Excuse me, the little boy says, who is the one that talked about that. I don't want you to be mad at me. I don't know if it was the shields. I think it's just those were the ones that could go in. Then he looks back, and you see he looks at an older, or a woman, presumably his mother, and she nods, and then looks at Ren and Stoneflame with a little bit of trepidation.
Never you worry the giant ones. They will not upset you and they will not hurt you. We are simply looking at options, so thank you for all and any evidence or information you can provide. But yes, the boy speaks truthfully. I believe it's just a matter of the personnel entering the building.
Does one of us have to become a cultist or something? Stoneflame murmurs.
Well, maybe just Chadukas makes one of them a zombie.
There's no reason I couldn't. I just don't know if it'd work. If you'd like, I mean, certainly flesh moving through the door seems about similar. Any other harebrained schemes, or do we think this is our best mode of action?
I'm sure if it doesn't work, we can find other cultists.
And regroup.
Right, well then I should go salvage one of those bodies before the fish get at it. And I'm going to walk out of the bar and see if we have any of those deceased members on the pier still.
As you open the door to the bar and look out onto the pier toward town, you see two of those cult warriors with the swords and shell shields dragging one of the bodies of the cultists you just taken out that was paired with the Hydra, and dragging them towards the pier. And you can see, because of your vantage point and because the water has risen so much, that there's one of the cultists that you had just defeated is being chomped on by a shark, which is being ridden by another cultist. That's what your attention is drawn to. That is what you see before you walk out the door. Do you continue to walk out the door?
I will very, briefly about face and begin walking back and kind of scuttle to the party and be like, the bodies are being disposed of by a giant shark. So if you'd like to do this plan, we will have to provide more. Perhaps the disposers?
We could just go and kick their butts.
Certainly, but I'm not doing it myself.
Well, we could send Stoneflame out.
He does need to pad his numbers, doesn't he?
He's
way behind Mrs. Snow.
Snowflame just...
Aren't we all?
Snowflame just stands and he has this grin on his face and he twirls his maul in his hands as it starts to glow. I'll go out first.
Do you think that is smart? I mean, Mrs. Snow is stronger than you. She is better Goliath.
And then he just turns around and starts heading for the door.
Ren starts laughing and follows him.
All right, you guys start to head out of the building. Let me arrange tokens on here. Need to grab something real fast. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'm gonna change the scene. And I'm gonna ask you guys to roll initiative. Oh, wait, don't roll initiative yet. Oh, wait, you can't. Never mind. It's the same page. That doesn't. I don't have to worry about that. Gonna get the music going in a sec.
Hey, they changed the currency layout.
They've changed a lot of things. You might be missing some stuff. Ooh, Stoneflame rolled a crit. Good for him. Oh, of course. Alright.
Like losing stuff in that item category.
No. Some of your like counters might have gotten all weirded out. Okay. Now I'm gonna do the music thing. Go. Alrighty. Let me sort this out. Okay. Oh. Well, the Dark Tide Knight notices Stoneflame and Ren coming out of the building with Snow, Chaticus, and Bit in tow. And he just looks at him for a second and then takes a short bow off of his back. And he is going to fire a shot at Stoneflame. But there is some cover because of the Hydra corpse. Oh crap. I pretend the short sword macro is a short bow macro. For now. I thought I added that, but I didn't. Ooh. 22 to hit Stoneflame for 8 piercing. That cover's not going to do anything about that. And he fires again. Nope, that one goes wide, just tunks into the Hydra's body. Ren.
Ren is going to be one-minded about this and run towards the guys she knows we need.
Alright. Before we continue, did Snow cast Water Walk before you guys left the building?
I mean, I probably would have.
Okay. Just wanted to check in.
Just out of force of habit at this point.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And she is going to throw a javelin at the one closest to her.
Okie doke. That is a hit. Tries to bring up... Is she raging?
Yeah, I forgot to say that part.
Okay. 9 damage. What else? That also hits for a solid 11 damage. And they turn to Ren. Anything else?
She's just gonna stand there with this nasty look on her face.
Alright. Stoneflame is going to go next, and he's going to get up to here. And he's going to lob a javelin of his own, courtesy of those lizard folk. And at the same Reaver. 14, but that's enough to hit. He didn't have advantage. And he deals 7 piercing, and in a reversal, Stoneflame steals Ren's kill. As the Crushing Wave Reaver topples to the ground, and he hurls another javelin at this one here. Just enough to hit for 9 piercing. Thanks for the javelin, Zzz, he says. That one's dead. Chaticus.
All right, I will use this thing as cover, and I'll just choke out this one.
That hits.
Wonderful.
11 necrotic.
And I'll bonus action Shillelagh and Conjure.
Alrighty. You're kind of quiet.
I'll get closer to the mic.
Okay. Alright, well then this one is going to draw their blade and rush toward Chaticus, getting all up in his grill, but dashes. And this one's going to do the same thing. Oh, but actually can make it to Chaticus because I round down movement. So he's going to do some hurting. 12.
Will not be doing hurt.
Oh, definitely not. Gets gummed up by trying to move around their companion. That's their turn. Snow.
I'm gonna advance it on these guys here. And I'm gonna attack this one right here.
Alright. That's a hit. 9 damage. For 12 damage. With that attack, you end them as they collapse.
As a reaction, I'd like to raise that one.
Alrighty. It hath been raised. Anything else now?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. You took them down with that first ice. So if you have movement, you could place it on this guy.
Oh, I'll do that.
Alright. Roll me that damage.
I don't know if that's right.
Looks like it. Rolls a d4.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just have some bonuses because Oral likes you. So that was 11 damage. Good hit.
Nice.
Alright. Bit. Hop in the fray.
She's going to run up on this one and smack her with their with my staff.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For 6. A clock across the face.
Oh, I can do another one too, right?
You can do another one and another one. That's a hit. Alright. This Crushing Wave Reaver goes down as you and Snow both just basically hit her with sticks until she falls. Anything else, Bit?
I got one more attack I can do, right?
You got one more unarmed strike, or you can use a Sunbolt. I don't know if you have range for anybody, though.
I know. I can't do anything.
Alrighty. One-Eyed Shiver down here. Going to advance forward here. And is going to hurl a gnarly cold blast at Bit. 16?
It's right on.
So then that hits. So this is going to deal 6 cold damage, and at the same time, Bit feels ice cover her body, and you are restrained. This One-Eyed Shiver is going to come over here and shoot at Stoneflame. Does he hit Stoneflame? I think he does. No, he doesn't. He barely misses Stoneflame as the white beam of light, or blue-white beam of light, goes right past his head. And he's like, whoa! That wasn't nice. This one is still alive and is going to rush Ren. And is going to attempt to hit her with a couple attacks. 22 to hit for 6 slashing.
Hits.
Oh, and she's not wearing armor. That came up again. Holy crap. So, 8 in total. And then another hit for 17.
Hits.
Dealing 9 damage. Halved as you would. And that's their turn. Alright, this Dark Tide Knight is going to move their mount a little bit and take pot shots at Ren and Stoneflame. Oh, roll 20. Why? You made the stat block so weird. Alright, again, pretend short sword is short bow. So 1 on Stoneflame. That misses. 1 on Ren. Oh, they both miss, I think. Twang,
yes.
Twang. Ren, it's your turn.
Ren is going to smash this one that dared come up get in her face.
That shark tooth
So-
longsword wasn't nice.
No, and she's very angry.
That's a hit. Oh, we'll see what the 19 does. Alright. That is enough to kill them.
The first hit is?
First hit is, it just crumple.
Okay, then she's going to run through this one and come up to this shiver and hit with the second one on this gentleman here.
Alright, roll that damage. That's, the 12 is enough to hit. Actually, wait, let me check something on your sheet. Can you do the math for that crit? I don't have to
19.
think.
19.
Cool. 19 damage. Alrighty, perfect. Alrighty. Anything else?
And then another 9.
Ah, yes. Alrighty. And turn over for you? Yeah.
That's it.
Stoneflame is going to run toward the Dark Tide Knight. He's just going to get in his face. And he took the dash action to do that. And he's running on the water in front of the shark and the cultist. And that's... Actually, do I have anything that I let him do? No, I don't. Okay, that's fine. Alrighty. That one's dead. Chaticus.
Let's see. Ugh. I don't know if I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so that means I'm not going to be in range to do that one. So I guess I'm just going to use the capture point as well. $26 to hit the Dark Tide
That
Knight.
hits. Roll damage.
Pitiful. But yeah, that's my turn.
Alrighty. Oh yeah, that is unfortunate. 7 damage. Okay. That one is dead. That one is a zombie. Oh, Chaticus, do you want your zombie to do anything?
I'll order him to march into the door and hang out inside the bar.
Okay. Alright.
It's no difference to me. I'm sure that all the townsfolk will see it the same way.
Yeah. Cool. Alright. They start walking toward the door. They only have a 20-foot speed, so they're just
Indeed, so
kind of
like
moseying.
with half, they're like 10.
Uh,
Because isn't it this wet?
what difference does that make? Oh no, the pier's not flooded.
Oh, okay, because you were asking about the water walking, but I bet you meant just for sure.
I just meant here. Yeah. It's almost flush. It's like 5 feet, like I said.
Oh, okay, it's just close.
And that's their turn. Snow.
Okay. I am gonna move up this way. And
Excuse me.
I think I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on this guy.
Ooh. Alrighty.
I don't know if I have this set up properly.
That knight needs to make a. You don't. Your D12 is only one D12 when it should be 2.
Uh-oh.
He fails. Go ahead and roll me another D12 because he was wounded. That's unfortunate. 5 necrotic damage. D12s are so fickle. Anything else, Snow?
Nope.
Alrighty. Bit.
Okay, so I'm restrained.
You are restrained, and you free yourself by taking an action, taking a strength check.
So I'll try to move.
You'll have to roll a strength check. That 2 is not gonna do enough. Snow is still restrained in that ice. You still have your turn, you just don't have movement. But yeah, all you have that you could do are sunbolts, unfortunately.
Oh! I can still attack from here?
Well, you're not really in range of anybody, unfortunately.
I got it darts. I can throw them.
Okay. What are the range on darts?
I think 60?
Okay. It would be disadvantaged anyway. So you could... Where are you throwing them? Sounds good to me.
The ice guy there.
Yeah. 2 disadvantaged dart attacks. Let me see them.
Alright, should come up in a sec.
Roll 20, be chugging. He's so surprised that you still managed to throw a thing at him, it hits. For 7 piercing.
I can do another one, right?
Yeah, if you got him. You do have extra attack. That also hits. I love that so much that I'm just gonna make him roll a constitution check. Okay. The ice around you breaks.
Sweet. Can I move then, if it's still my turn?
It breaks at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Alright. Well, this guy is a bit upset you did that. And so
Oh shit.
moves up toward you, and he's going to cast a different spell upon you. He's going to throw a chill touch like Chaticus. Oh, but misses terribly. And that's his turn. Then the one in front of Ren is going to... Well, you know what? I must have missed something with him. Okay. Ren, you feel... After, like, smashing this guy with your axe, you feel a frigid... You realize you're feeling this frigidity emanating from him. And it reminds you of your mountain home. And he's going to cast a spell upon you, where a loud boom fills her ears. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw as he casts Thunderwave on Ren and Ren alone. Oof. Shit. Well, 12 thunder damage to Ren, and you are pushed 15 feet in that direction. Oh, my diagonals aren't Euclidean. How dare. One second. There we go. Okay. So you would actually be like... you'd be like there. Alrighty. That's their turn. This one's dead. Alright, this Dark Tide Knight drops his bow and it lands on the fin of the shark as he sort of turns his mount towards Stoneflame. He draws his short sword and starts to try to stab at him. No. Stoneflame blocks one, but then gets hit with the other for 6 piercing. And that's his turn. Stoneflame responds in kind with attacks at the gentleman riding his mount. You hear him bellow out and feel a little force of heat as his tattoos light up and start to glow like his maul. So he's got advantage on these attacks. 1. Ooh. Ooh! Okay. Dealing... I'm gonna roll the other attack, but I would appreciate it if you guys did some arithmetic for me. 6. That was easy.
29.
Thank you. 29 plus 15 is 44.
No, wait, that's not right.
Oh.
23.
23 plus 15 is much less. 38.
38.
Danke. He slams his hammer into the Dark Tide Knight twice, leaving scalding bruises. And the cultist is wary on his mount. Ren, it's your turn.
Ren is pissed because he ruined the sanctity of her brain by doing that thunder in her head. So she's running at him and she is swinging that great axe.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For 14. That's another hit. Describe killing this one-eyed shiver water cultist.
So she was twirling her great axe, just swinging it around, kind of like Conan the Barbarian. You know, she's got that thing just swinging. So she swings it once down, and then flips it and swings it up at his neck, and his head just kind of down the pier.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else, Ren?
She just screams out and turns her sights towards the Dark Tide Knight that is in front of Stoneflame, but can't quite get there.
All right. Paticus.
I'm going to peek past the corpse of the Hydra and fire a skeletal hand at this one.
Skeletal hands flying back and forth.
Apparently, that's the button.
That hits.
9 damage.
9 necrotic. Alrighty.
Very quick, easy turn, so I'm gonna hop back here and hide like a little fat man.
Alrighty. You... It is Snow who notices a strange churning in the water, and then a spout of it that geysers up and forms into a creature and starts flowing towards her from the pier.
All right, back it up. We're going to use my reaction.
Yeah. That is a hit with ice, Alarm Master. For 7 damage. And as ice hits the water elemental, Snow feels a connection for a brief second as Ice's blade cuts through the elemental nature of this creature and freezes portions of it. And it's almost like she feels it calling to her. But as her mind comprehends this, it attacks with a couple of slams. Oh. Public. Well, that was a 13. Does 13 hit?
Nope.
It attacks again. Does 15 hit?
Nope.
Snow notices as the creature is moving gouts of water to try to bludgeon her, that it's moving in a stilted way if water could be stilted. Snow's own passive insight is twinging. Something's different here. What does the zombie do, Chaticus?
Zombie's going to continue into the tavern, like I told you.
All right, the zombie walks into the sort of slightly ajar door of the tavern, and screams erupt from it as people see this horrid sight of a mushroom zombie. That's their turn. Snow, what do you do?
I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do, so I think Snow would just, like... The water elemental still looks, like, hostile, right?
Yeah, it's still moving in an offensive way. It just feels like something's off.
Alright, I think she's gonna just continue to slice through it.
Okay. Roll your attacks. That's a miss.
That's just too bad.
You get an ice bud, or...
Yes.
That hits. Snow again feels that connection as the haft of her glaive damages and runs through this creature, and something that connection again, and make sure I get this right for my own sake. Yeah. Okay. You feel that connection again, that sort of, that weird, that call, just a feeling coming from it. And you can see that the tinge of color that's in this water elemental is different than what's in the sea. Anything else on your turn?
I'm just gonna furrow my brows.
Alright, Bit.
Bit's gonna come running with her staff and smack him upside the head.
Okie dokie. That is a smack.
Oh, I'm still on disadvantage, sorry.
Well, it hits anyway. For 5 damage.
Hit him again.
That one misses, unfortunately, as he brings his hands up and just kind of tosses it to the side. Ah!
And I want to spend a key point and do a stunning strike.
All right. With the next hit you make?
Yes.
All right. You got to hit first. Oh, you definitely hit
Yeah.
first. Roll that damage, and then we'll roll his con save. Your sheet, yeah. Constitution saving throw. That definitely fails your key save, so he's stunned.
Take that, bitch.
He can't move, falteringly speaks, very much stunned. The very wounded Dark Tide Knight is going to hop off of his mount, standing on the water as if also under the effects of a water walk spell, and moves over to here and tries to flank Stoneflame with his mount, who I need to roll their initiative actually. Perfect. First is going to try to skewer Stoneflame. Ooh. And he hits, except Stoneflame does something that he had forgotten to do a few times before. He holds his hand up, and as if from the air around him, materializing is rocks that cover his body and deflect the blow as he casts his own version of shield. The Dark Tide Knight is like, "Durr!" Rears back with a short sword and tries to hit at a chink in this armor, but also is deflected away. And that's it for the Dark Tide Knight. Ren, it's your turn.
Ren gets up in Stoneflame's face. Seeing this guy hit Stoneflame, she says, "Stop playing around. Kill him." And she swings her great axe at him.
He was about to. Oh, that's a miss. Oh, wait, no, that's a hit. She describes kill stealing Stoneflame again.
She just swings her axe down into this guy and says, "That's how you do it." And turns around and swings at his mount.
Alrighty.
Does the 16 hit him?
The 16 does hit the shark.
And then she's going to do her momentum strike on him.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For 9. Okay. Stoneflame. Tattoos cease glowing for a moment. Let's see if he can get the magic back this round. Or this. Nope. So he looks at Snow. He says, "You didn't see me soften him up," and then he turns around with his hammer and bears down on the hunter shark.
Please.
That's 17. He doesn't have advantage, which hits, and 15, which also hits. Shouldn't that much. As the shark dives for Ren, about to bite her, Stoneflame smashes the shark's mouth closed, and then follows up with just another rolling strike. As you hear a crunch that's muted by the water around it, as the shark just floats on his back, belly up. That's how it's done, Stoneflame said.
It's about time you killed something.
I just did! Jadicus.
Things. Yeah, I'm just not a blaster. Highness. I'm going for the cantrip on this thing. 13 hit!
13 to hit is just enough. Oh, you
Wow.
have advantage because it's stunned, by the way.
Oh, I would have let them.
Definitely hits. For 9 necrotic.
Nice. Sweet. That'll be it. Don't got much to do.
Alrighty. The water elemental continues with its strange attacks that seems to be off. 9. I imagine that misses
No.
Snow. And then, 25
That'll do it.
for a 13 bludgeoning. And as the hit connects, Snow hears it cry out in Primordial. Acolyte of Winter, run me through with your conduit! More screams from the bar as the zombie's just standing there. Snow, it's your turn.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run him through. Nope.
You do have Ice Bud. And that hits. You notice as the haft of your implement, even though it's not the bladed end, runs through this creature's body, it freezes in place, struggling internally. But it seems to not be moving to attack you anymore. Bit.
Bit's gonna try and finish this guy off.
Alrighty.
With a fuck.
That's a hit. He's dead. As Bit finishes the other shiver off. And we are out of initiative.
Good work, everyone. I'll go collect our prize. I'm gonna go into the tavern and go get the zomb.
The water elemental continues to shake and stares at Snow with eyes that shimmer a sort of a green, but then flash to a blue-white.
Mrs. Snow, what is happening to this thing?
Yeah, what is happening?
Not sure. I'm gonna touch it with like the blade of ice.
It freezes where you do, and in a sort of stilted, watery voice in Primordial, it begins to speak, and it says, I once served Ben-Hadar. Hear me, for I can help you.
How can you help us?
The servants and acolytes of All Hydra that you have surely seen have taken this town, taken this settlement. Their citadel their citadel bars entry to any of those that do not submit their will to that of All Hydra. But there is another way in, he says. My master Ben-Hadar, who gave his form to seal away the the evil Archnomentals so long ago. His essence, or that is left of it, is nearby. It is in the possession of an evil creature that allies with the cult. And then he takes one of his watery, tendrily arms and lifts it up and points in a northerly direction up the coast. That you can see if you follow his finger past the stands that exist on the pier that are off the map here. And forward past the warehouses on the northern side of Roland.
Is that where we can find the entrance?
That is where they have taken shelter, it says.
Thank you. Is there anything else that we should know before going in?
The creature is an opportunist. Be wary of its... be wary of tricks it may play on your minds.
I give them a solemn nod, and then I ask, "What will you do now?"
Says, I fear that I am still under the influence of Al-Hydra. You will have to destroy me. But I'd rather be destroyed than not deliver this information to you.
Thank you. And then I'll slice him through, just in a quick, clean motion.
Snow slices the water elemental through with her ice glaive, that is simply called ice, and it freezes the ends cleanly, and then the two halves of the water elemental fall, opening like a book, and then the ice shatters. And we'll take 5.
I was just about to ask
I
about
need
that.
to use the bathroom.
Let's proceed.
Alrighty.
Ready.
The water elemental is nothing but chunks of ice and just melting water.
I'm gonna turn and address the party and start walking over to Traticus.
Ren just follows behind and is like, and says to Snow, Missy Snow, what did he say to you?
He said that the essence of Ben-Hadar was nearby, and he pointed us in the direction to go. And I'll point in the direction that the elemental pointed.
Okay.
Who is Ben-Hadar?
Ben-Hadar. Duh.
He's one of the good Arcno elementals.
Oh, okay. How Mr. Zachariel is the fighter one.
Yes. And I think his shovel is the earth one.
Okay. Wait, they have 3, and then if we find this Ben-Hadar, then we will have 1. So that means we have all of them.
They have 3?
Doesn't the little gnome girl have the gnome lady have that musical instrument that does the air things?
Which little gnome lady? There's 2 of them.
The one that plays the nice music.
I don't know. I only met them the one time.
Well, lead the way, Miss Snow.
I will start leading the way.
Okay. I need to do a thing real quick. Boy howdy.
Oh, and I'm going to tell everybody that the creature that we'll be up against is an opportunist. So to keep your eyes peeled.
Did Mr. Chadwick send that zombie into the peoples?
Yeah, Chadicus, as you walk in there, like everybody is like cowering away from the zombie that's just standing in the doorway.
Oh no, he's perfectly harmless. You don't have to worry yourselves.
What? Do you control that thing?
Let's see. Raise your right hand.
Raises its right hand.
Would you like to see it dance?
The little boy says, "I want to see him dance."
Cut a rug.
It leans down and starts like using its fingernails to cut at the floor.
It's pretty poor with analogies. Would you mind curling your fingers and like flowing them to the left and then flowing them to the right?
It does that.
Wonderful, actually. And then he does like a little golf clap and then says, "All right, enough silliness. I just needed him not to take any more damage. We have use of him. Have a good day." And I say, "Come along." And I walk out the bar.
Let's see here. Inch. Second here. Overwrite. All right, so, let me take you back to the rolled map here. The flooded rolled map. So GTF begins to make their way northward, and as you're walking northward, you can see how several of the piers that were lower are now submerged along with the rest of the town, and the boats are like sort of dangling in a way that were because of their buoyancy, even though a lot of them are filled with rainwater. But with your snow-given water walks, you begin heading up a ways, and you hug the coast for a little bit. And about 5 minutes of walking later, you see what looks like a sinkhole where water is flowing into some kind of drainage, and you can see under that water is the rocky shores of the coast that goes up and down from Rolid. Stoneflame just kind of stares at it.
How will we know when we are there?
I am not sure. Did the elemental tell us what to look out for?
They just said that they had a lair in a cavern along the coast. And if Mike didn't say that, he meant to.
Perhaps our way in is down.
With all this water, down is pretty dangerous.
So who's going first?
The question is more so how many of us are going.
I vote Stoneflame.
He looks down at the sinkhole of water, and then he crouches down and drives his hand into the water and sort of feels around, and you can see how his hand's like grasping onto rocks, and he's like nodding. He says, Why don't you, why don't one of you give me a rope, just in case? I'd hate to deprive you of such a valuable asset.
Okay, you could have my rope. I will tie it around my waist so that we don't lose you.
Thank you, Ren. If I tug once, it means that there's a place that is not completely submerged in water. If I tug twice, that means that I'm having fun.
If you are having fun, does that mean that you want us to come? Or does that mean that you want us to pull you up? Or what does that mean?
If I tug 3 times, it means I want you to pull me up because I am almost dead from having so much fun killing these cultists.
Okay.
Alright, so. Down he goes, and about 2 minutes later, you feel a tug on the rope.
There was one tug, but should we wait for more?
What did he say that one tug means again?
There is a space down there.
I can go in and follow in to see if it's safe.
Is there like a boulder or something nearby that we could tie another rope to?
Up the coast, there's something that's sticking out. It's a little wet, but you could secure a rope around it.
Just in
How
case.
far up the coast?
I mean, like, inch, upshore? Toward inland? Like, about 20 feet away.
Okay, she only has 10 feet of rope.
Aside from what she gave Stoneflame?
No, that's all she has is 10 feet.
Oh, well, if you only have 10 feet of rope, then Stoneflame stops and is like, well,
There's still water.
I think I have 50
Okay.
or whatever the default
So
is.
I'm going to use...
one case.
So I'm going to use Snow's rope instead of my own rope to tie myself so that Stoneflame has more rope.
Okay, then he will give a one tug and say, hey, I found a place that's...
Not submerged in water completely.
Okay, I am going to tie the rope to the thing sticking out of the water, and then we all will go down there and play in the water with Stoneflame.
All right.
So she unties the rope
Fire
from her waist and ties it to the sticky outy thing.
Okay.
And,
Did we just double check the sticky outy thing to make sure it's good and solid?
Ren checks it when she ties it, so she shakes it.
She shakes it and it budges, but barely. Like, she'd have to put in a lot of effort just to get it to budge, so she's mostly confident that it's going to stay in place.
She's supremely confident because she can lift quite a bit of weight.
Well, how about I go down first? I think I'm the lightest here.
I was just going to cannonball down.
This isn't taking a while. Might if I go first?
Go ahead.
Shadowgus will walk past them, and you'll see him just turn into a little octopus and start swimming in.
Okay. You're using that wild shape?
Yepers.
What, like, a stat block, or are you just going to come back into Chaticus form?
I imagine I was going to come back to Chazka's form because I was just turning into a normal octopus, not a giant one.
Okay.
Last time it took forever to move around with the giant octopus.
It did. That also means I don't have to grab a token.
Yeah, there you go.
Alrighty. Chaticus goes down. Chaticus, you... Oh, Mr. Chaticus. And he, Sunflame gestures to a cave that he's in, that you're both in now. It is quite dark in here.
Ren just cannonballs into the water. She doesn't want to debate. She follows behind Chaticus.
Okay. You also appear in this dark cave, Ren.
Sorry, go ahead.
That was it.
I will go next, and I will hold on to the rope for dear life.
Alrighty.
Ren pulls out a torch and lights it.
Okay, let
Bit
me
goes down the rope.
bring you guys there. Alright. Can you guys all see?
Yes.
I can.
Alright, cool. The cavern here. Oh, you know what? I should find some actual coastal cavern ambience. Ambience. So what do you guys do?
Bit's gonna step ahead a little bit, see if we can hear anything.
Alrighty. Roll me a and surprisingly, once you get a few feet from where you entered, the sound of the rushing water goes away. It seems like it's being siphoned somewhere else, leaving this pocket of air. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception check. You can hear what sounds like feet shuffling in that direction.
Stand ready, guys. I hear people's feet. Commotion.
It sounds kind of heavy too, like it belongs to a big creature.
The sound that they're making,
Ren
I think
moves
they
up.
might be pretty huge.
Well, no sense in waiting. We need to get whatever's here.
We got Stoneflame. He's pretty huge.
I am huge.
Well, you're huge for a human. But for Goliath, you're okay.
It gets louder as you advance that direction. And as you step there, two creatures doof, 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 come from around the bend here. And they stare at you, and they sort of make a line, and they heft their clubs.
I'm ready with my staff.
They seem to be waiting for you to move.
I can go first.
Ren says in Giant, "Hey, what are you guarding?"
They blink and then look at each other, and then one of them says, "Our mistress."
Who? What's her name?
That's a good question. She does have a name. Stop log, why? Okay. They do have a name, but I asked her if it did it this way. Okay. Aha. Thuluna. Bellow.
Sorry, say that again, Mike.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. Thuluna. Turn back. They say in Giant.
Who are you? What's your name?
Karg and Maul. No. Making me name ogres. How dare you? They look at each other.
There's the name. There's the NPC name. What was it?
Yeah. Well, these guys don't have names. They're not.
No, I'm saying we named an NPC based on a dumb comment I made and we typed it up. What
Oh
was it?
yeah, it's all the way up here. Oh, it's.
I thought one was
One says,
Wasn't the other one Doi? It was Doi and
Oh yeah, Doi and perfect. Doi, no, turn back.
But we are headed somewhere, and we don't want anything to do with Tuluna. No problems there. We are just not going to mess with her. But we are looking for something else.
Turn back. They seem to be very unsympathetic.
But
shoulders.
I do not want to turn back. I have to go get something that is over there, and I don't want to kill you.
How about you allow me to speak with them?
You speak Giant?
I do.
Oh, Mr. Chadicus will tell you all about it, Mr. Doyenum.
I'll approach them. I'll say, Mr. Doi, I would like to talk to you. Which of you would you say is the smartest?
They look at each other, and then one of them just kind of like turns to the other in deference, and the one called Doi, me.
Okay, I'm going to do a test. Tell me if you can see a color.
No test. You turn back as you do whatever you did because oh, I see.
Actually, that's humanoid. Wait, are they humanoid? They're giants, aren't they?
Let's
That's
see.
not
No,
humanoid,
the
okay.
giants are not humanoids for the purposes of this spell.
Damn.
I feel like Chadicus would know that, so I won't tell you to not mark off the spell.
Yeah. In that case, with my -1 charisma, I'm just going to try to charm them. Let's do it. So, I would like to know what it is you want in life, and I would like to get it for you. Anything in your heart's desire, just to speak with your boss.
Roll a charisma.
Let's do it. Button.
Nice.
Let's see. Let me think what they look at Chadicus as he somehow presents his case very well. And they think as everyone's advancing on them. And says, we have life debt, and also Thaluna feed.
Well, I can feed you very well, but I can't end a life debt, and I understand the importance of that. But perhaps Faluna would be very benefited with our company, as we can provide her things that she wants.
Take no more step. They look at each other and they raise their clubs. Stoneflame leans over to Snow and says, Why don't we just kill them?
Now, gentlemen, this will be my last offer. You will pass for us, and you will speak to your boss about the offer that we can make her, or I will have to remove you from your post and your life debt.
They look at each other, they look at Chaticus, they grunt, and they start stepping forward, raising their clubs. Roll initiative.
I try my best.
Can move the music. Alright, let me sort this. Oh, wow, everybody rolled really bad. Nobody rolled above 10. Snow, it's your turn.
I'm top of the turn order with a 10. I'm gonna move up here. And I'm gonna smack this one.
Alrighty.
Oh.
Oh. That hits. For 9 damage. Ooh, nice.
And then I am going to take a step backward.
Alright. Yeah, is there something they can do about that? No. No, they cannot. Alright. Chaticus.
I would like to summon a bunch of shroom doves behind them.
You're gonna summon?
Yeah.
What are you summoning?
If we can choose them, I am going to choose the dogs. So they're just going to appear behind them.
Alright. Well, they're gonna share your initiative. Because I'm not gonna spend 5 minutes rolling for wolves. How many?
Fair enough. It's going to be 8 of them. Is it 8 of them or half? I think they're fourths. It's been forever since I played Chaticus.
These dudes are fourths, and you should be able to access their sheets. Actually, if you select their token, shift, and double click, you should be able to just bring up their sheet without having to navigate through all the menus.
Sweet.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You said we share initiative, so you just want me to start launching?
Yep.
All right, 4 for one, 4 for the other. And because they're all near each other, they have advantage.
This is like piranhas, but on dry land.
Essentially. Advantage button. There's my advantage button. All right. Biting. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 for the right one?
They all hit except that 8. So do that arithmetic for me.
Besides the 8, that's a 7, 7, 7, and
24.
10.
24. Alrighty.
And then the one on the left. 13's the lowest.
They all hit.
So 21, 28 on that one.
28. Alright.
Then I'm going to back up as well. Just a little bit.
Soger reels around, having been chomped at, and just starts flailing its club. Just goes for one of them. 15 on one of the wolves.
Yeah, they have armor class 13.
Alright, smashes the wolf to nothingness.
Indeed.
Bit.
She's gonna get up in this guy's girl there. That one, and I'm gonna do some strikes on him with hit him with my staff.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For 6. 20 hits. Their AC is 11. 8.
And I was gonna do a stunning strike on him.
Alrighty. It's gonna be key point. Well, you spend a key point. I have to roll a Constitution saving throw. Him fails. He's stunned. I think you still have a one more unarmed strike.
Sorry, an unarmed strike, right?
Yep.
Let's kick him.
Don't kick him in his ogres. That's it. D10 bludgeoning. He's not in good shape. Oh wait, that's a crit because he's stunned. Right. Oh no, never mind. He's not paralyzed. Never mind.
Right, we went over that last time.
We went over that last time. Okay, that's.
And if I move back,
If you move back, he won't be able to do anything because he's stunned.
right? Okay, I'm gonna move back a bit.
Heck yeah! All right, Ren.
So Ren is going to run in here between the two of them. And she is going to take a shot at the one everybody's been beating up on.
You have advantage. Oh, I didn't roll for Stoneflame. Shoot. I had higher initiative than everybody else too. That's you. How do you kill him?
I mean, I feel like she just like slices into him.
Yeah,
and,
it's gnarly.
and he falls over. Yeah. And then she's going to turn around and take her next two swings at the other guy.
Alrighty.
And as she's swinging, she says, "We told you we did not want to kill you. Damn them."
That's a hit.
Oh, I don't have advantage anymore.
Yeah, left though, so both of those would have hit. So that also hits. 15, 8. All right. You finish them off. Just as Stoneflame runs up behind you. Uh-oh. Okay, then.
Sorry, they were. I told them that we did not want to kill them, and
Those
they
guys
made
were-
us kill them.
Those guys were pretty weak, Stoneflame says.
But they looked intimidating.
A little bit, yeah. Oh, whoops. Wait, jump 2. So, you have initiative for now. And... Snow, as you round the corner, you see a, elven woman, bound and gagged, leaning against the, side of the, cavern. Velia, you see a fully armored elven woman with black hair carrying a glaive round the corner after seeing all those wolves appear and just tear apart the ogres.
What was that?
Where's that coming from?
Sounds like the wind.
Oh my gosh! What are you doing here, and why are you wearing that weird face mask?
It's
Get with the
it
times, all of them.
kneels down and removes her gig.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh my!
Are you
Please don't hide me.
Tula?
Who?
Are you Tula? The stupid
I-
guys. They said Tula was here.
I don't speak their. I don't know what they said. I don't know
Oh.
who that is.
Okay. Okay.
How did you get here?
Can you untie me?
No, I don't think we should untie her. She was hanging out with the bee guys.
But why would they have?
We
to
find
do
out-
that?
For a trick, Mrs. Beat.
Yeah.
The water
So who
elemental
are
did say
you?
our opponent is an opportunist.
Yeah.
Oh, for
I-
God's sakes! And I'll try like struggling against the bindings. Ugh.
For the sake of player agency, you can roll a strength check.
Okay.
The 12
Oh,
will
sorry, not a save. Oh well. I accidentally hit save, but that's even better.
Not gonna do it. What is your name? Stormflame says as this towering Goliath walks by the other towering Goliath.
My name is Velia.
Why don't you tell us your story and how you came to be here? Then maybe we will
Mr.
untie.
Chadicus, we found a girl.
Oh. Chadicus is in approach. Is there a reason she's bound?
She could be a bad guy.
Well,
Well, I'm trying to ask her
I
how
feel
she
like
came to be.
the fine motor skills of those ogres before probably would not bind her. So,
But they
I-
said they
I
were
woke
with
up-
the Tula lady.
dear miss, you wouldn't happen to know anything about the town of Rolid and the Crushing Wave, would you?
The crushing what?
I would like to insight that. I just want to know if she's a cultist or not. If she's not, we're good, pretty much.
Insight checks on players.
I know.
I mean, sure, roll insight.
I mean, my passive is 19, if you want to
Oh,
do
your
that
passive
thing.
is 19, then it sounds like she has no idea what you're talking about.
She certainly has no idea what's happening to the surface, so I say we release her and we get her on her way.
Hey, Dix, test your mic.
Shadow gets to
Can
start
you hear
reaching
We
down,
can.
and he is going to try to untie the bindings.
I can hear you. You guys hear Nix?
I can
Yeah.
hear.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like we've been having some mic issues.
Gotcha. Well, Chadwick is going to take a knee and then start helping Velia with her bindings.
Thank you.
If you are not the Tula lady, then what are you doing down here?
I have no idea. I woke up here. I was walking down a road. Next thing I know, I wake up like being carried in a sack. My head hurts, and I'm bound, and they throw me here.
You,
Hmm.
you all notice, as well on the other side of the room, there is a bow and some arrows that have been hastily strewn.
Well, we left the rope over there if you want to leave. Though don't cut it, okay?
All right.
But
Won't.
one quick question. I kind of look her up. Are you familiar with the Way Shields?
I have no idea what that is. What is that?
They're sort of a peacekeeping group. Mark the roads for unsafe, unsultry types like this. If you find yourself capable of assisting us, we are members of the Way Shields, and we could see that you get rewarded for your benefits if you are capable, as you might be. Are you mercenaries? So
What kind of? What kind of rewards?
Depends what you need.
There's money involved.
Oh, I like that.
Do you feel that you would be able to assist us in clearing out this cavern? Allow us to assess your skills and abilities, and then we can put a good word in for Gordon, the leader of the Way Shields.
Jadicus, you're cut off by a sound coming from the direction of the cavern you hadn't been yet.
Hello? Is someone there?
I think a little less time, more urgency. You might want to pick yourself up a weapon. And Chadwick is going to start walking that way. Come along now.
Okay, Dahlia grabs her weapons.
Oh, those are yours?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's go. Do you like to kill
Okay.
things? I love to kill things.
As I'm walking
I
past,
do like a good hunt.
As I'm walking past Snow, I say, "Keep an eye on that one. She looks more capable than the others we've run into."
I give him a nod.
And I'll kind of walk forward, wolves following in line.
Can I tell what the sound is now?
You heard what sounded like a woman's voice coming from that direction.
Oh, she was right. She is not a Tula lady.
Is someone there? I need help.
Miss Velia, you might not want to call out to the
Mhm.
people that might have unconscious you earlier.
That wasn't Velia.
Ah.
There was a voice that was distinct from hers coming from that direction. This direction.
That would be good to know. Gotcha. All right.
Who are you? Where are
Sorry,
you?
I'm not so good at voices. I'm doing my best.
Just making sure. I wasn't sure. I did not identify that there was a difference.
No, it sounds like Velia. Vela. Velia. Okay.
Velia.
It was Velia. All right, cool. I got it.
B, do not scream out. We do not know who that is.
Please, I need
Louis.
help.
You see a
What
woman
the
that looks a lot like Velia.
Fuck.
On the rim of this pool here.
Ren looks back at Velia and says, "Why are you over there?"
I'm not over there. I'm right here. That's not me.
Ren kind of grabs her arm and said, "Let's
Hey,
go
don't touch
over
me."
here." Oh, don't you tell me what to do.
If it's a grapple, it's a grapple.
No, she just grabs her arm and kind of pulls her.
If she resists, it's a grapple check.
Okay.
Velia will resist.
You mean-
So is that athletics?
Yeah, athletics contest or acrobatics for the resistor. Let's see here. Oh man, what's going on with these token details? Let's see. Save settings. Okay, good. You can see the thing now. Yeah, Ren, you have grappled her. You could drag her at least your movement before the contest again. Because that's my best approximation of a round outside of combat.
Ren keeps a hold of her and looks at Snow and says, "Mrs. Snow, do you see the two Velias?
I do.
This is not right."
Bit's gonna lean into Velia. You best start explaining yourself.
I told you everything. Not even get handsy. I told you everything I know.
Then who is that? And I point towards her. She
I don't
looks
know.
not like you.
Are you here to save me?
Who are you?
I was captured. Woke up here.
Is she bound in any way?
She looks like she's struggling to hold herself up on the rim of this pool here.
Bit's gonna yell out at her and it's like, "What's your name?"
My name is Velia. I need help. I'm sinking. Please.
This is very
Wait a minute.
suspicious.
Mind tricks, you guys.
Well, that's one way to deal with this.
Stone
I'll
Flame.
accept
We were
forward.
warned of this, weren't we?
We were.
And I would
Ren
like-
just keeps a hold of and moves a little bit forward with Velia too.
Stone Flame.
Can Velia try to resist the grapple again?
I think at this point, yes. And Stoneflame is like looking back and forth, also very confused. Go ahead and roll me more athletics resistance contests. Ooh. Oh, that 20 is just not
Yeah.
enough.
It's okay.
What do you think, Jadicus? Should we help her out? See what's the deal?
Well, I'd like to ask a few questions.
Please help me. I'm sliding in the pool.
How deep does the pool look?
You can't tell from where you are.
You know what? From here,
Oh.
I'm gonna throw a rope to her.
Okay. You toss a rope to her. She catches it and she starts to pull herself out of the pool. And,
Thank you.
and as she says thank you, her entire visage changes. And I need everybody to roll initiative. As from from what looked like Velia, the appearance changes drastically to that of this.
I knew I smelled something fishy.
But
Ren turns around to Velia and says, I'm very sorry. It was very tricky.
Yeah, it freaked me out too. Alright, we're on the same page now. Yeah, okay. Let's kill this bitch.
Stay behind me. I will protect you. I am a Goliath. I'm really tough. I promise.
You look really tough.
Okay. Need to pull up some things. This will be our last combat of the evening.
Wow, 13 is the highest? Really?
it's the cave of low initiative.
Oh wait, I haven't
No kidding.
rolled yet.
It's neither Stoneflame, and eventually he will. But first I gotta...
You didn't clear the order from the last time.
That's okay, because it was the same page. It's if it's on a different page, then because it should override what your initiative on there was. But I need to roll a few things here. Excuse me. And then you need to roll for you. Ooh, that's not good for you. Gonna thing. Oh, Stoneflame. Oof, not too good for Stoneflame. Alright, battle music in a hot second. Radical. Alright, the Sea Hag goes. And a few things are gonna happen. I'm just gonna use this as an action. So, any humanoid. That's all of you. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw for me. DC 13. Okay. Ren and Bit. Oh, I also need to roll for Stoneflame. Ren and Bit, you are both frightened by the horrific appearance of the Sea Hag. You're frightened for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turns, with disadvantage if the hag is within your line of sight. So that's going to be her action, and her movement is going to be moving backwards into the pool.
Is this one I can evade?
No. This is a wisdom save, not a dex save. And you're all not prepared for this horrific vision, so I'm going to say no. But as she backs up toward the pool, you can see around her neck, she's wearing a brooch that doesn't belong on the rags that she's wearing already. Or, like, the not even rags, like, just the clothing that's made of seaweed that's draped about her is this really beautiful looking brooch that has sort of a light metallic blue that surrounds the sort of glass teardrop shape. And she drops into the water. Actually, no, she doesn't. She just moves back in the pool and just kind of like in water polo, she's just treading water like a champ. And that's her turn. Next in the turn order, a ghoul arises from this pool here, followed by this ghoul, and this ghoul, and they all take their turns. Oh, I pulled out one word before it was supposed to go, but that's okay. This ghoul is going to hop out of the water and run towards Stoneflame. And going to claw at him. See it?
I will use my reaction.
Ooh, use your reaction. Alright. That hits. Ooh, solid hit. For 16 damage. As you slash at its hand before it can claw at Stoneflame, so it just leans forward with some momentum left and bites him. Oh, but a 5 does not hit it, or hit Stoneflame. It was to GM. Moving on to this ghoul, who moves up to Stoneflame here and slashes at him. Ooh, that hits for 7 slashing. And then going to have Stoneflame roll a con save, which he succeeds totally. Hit! You are still frightened, which means you cannot willingly move toward the sea hag.
Okay, but I can move towards anyone else.
You can, but your options are very limited because you cannot move towards the sea hag in any way.
So you can kind of like attack these with disadvantage because you're still in sight of her, I believe.
You could throw sunbolts at the ghouls, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do actually. Sunbolt set. Let's go the one in front of
The one
Stoneflame
from
there.
Stoneflame, you got it. Shooting through your friends' legs. That's it. And you're at disadvantage because of how the frightened condition works.
Oh, right, disadvantage. So I'll just roll one more for that one?
Yes. Alright, that unfortunately misses.
Okay, my next set.
That hits. Roll damage. That's just enough as you sort of move around and shoot between Chaticus Snow and Stoneflame, and somehow you arc a shot with your Radiant Sunbolt, and it hits the ghoul, and they crumple.
Now I still got one more, don't I?
You do.
I'm gonna shoot it off into that direction because I
Alrighty.
don't. Yeah, I can't get that one. So I'll get that one.
You unfortunately miss. First you, Chaticus, in your massive frame.
It's just well fed.
Alright. Snow.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here. And I am going to try and cut down this one here on the right.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For 15. For another 2. Ice Butt hits. And you just annihilate this thing.
And that'll do it.
Alright. Ren, you are frightened. Oh,
Ren is-
Bit, you needed to make a wisdom save.
Oh, okay.
But go ahead with your turn, Ren.
Ren is freaked out, but she grabs a couple javelins off her back to throw at the ghoul that's in front of her.
Alright.
Sorry, like, do I have disadvantage on that?
You do. And neither of those would have passed anyway, unfortunately. 16 is enough. Dealing 9 damage.
And then she's gonna throw one more.
Alright. That one is just enough too. For another 9 damage. Pretty solid hits here. Anything else, Ren?
She's gonna turn back to Velia and say, "It's very scary out there. Don't go nowhere."
And after Ren says that, you have saved. You're not scared anymore. Another ghoul appears from the pool here. You want to revise what you say to Velia? No? Now that you're not frightened.
Now that I'm not frightened, I'm like, let's go kick this bitch's butt. You can
Oh,
fight,
I
right?
like you. Oh yeah.
You can fight. Yes, okay.
Oh yeah.
Snow.
Oh, I like you. I like you.
Snow, this ghoul rushes up to you and is going to attempt to claw you. Do you have your
I
reaction?
will use my reaction.
Yeah. That's a hit. You stop him in his tracks. Dealing 13. Jesus. You stop him in his tracks. Heck yes. Stoneflame is going to step over to here. Taking that indirect path for some reason, but just hefts his maul and goes for this one. Dealing... Oh, he hits the ghoul so hard it smashes his head, and the ghoul just flies a couple of feet there. And then Stoneflame looks at the sea hag, and then looks at the water. Do you think you're safe? And the sea hag just growls at him, and Stoneflame takes a step onto the water. And the sea hag is clearly given pause by this, staring at Stoneflame just on the water like that, thanks to Snow. And that's the end of his turn, as he can't get any further.
Hey, Mike, is this ghoul still alive then?
Yes. Yes, they are. Velia, it's your turn.
Okay, Velia's gonna slide over to here. Gonna cast Hunter's Mark on that one, on that ghoul there.
This guy?
And yes.
Okay.
And going to make our first longbow attack against him. 21 to hit.
Yes. For
12 damage.
Totally out.
Okay. Bonus action, move her Hunter's Mark onto...
You already cast Hunter's Mark, so your bonus action is used.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Then, without Hunter's Mark being moved onto the hag, then she's gonna try to shoot the hag with her next attack.
Alrighty.
13.
13 is not gonna do it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright, and then she has a bit of movement left and is going to slide here.
Alrighty. Catechus.
Oh, dealing with ads. Okay, let's see. So I guess the back ones can't reach her, so they'll kind of dash in, and it's probably deep water, so it's going to be real funny when they do. So
Doggy paddle.
dash, doggy paddle, dash, doggy paddle. This one can get there, okay. So that's going to be over here. And then these are going to start forming a queue, and then the ones closest should be able to get into the squares right to this side. So doggy paddle is disadvantage attacks, so it's neutral with the advantage.
Wait, why do they have... Oh, yes, okay. Got it.
Yeah, I thought that'd be fair. So the only ones I can attack are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Oh no, that was Dasher, 5 of them. So I will get 5 attacks, and I will make this not to say advantage. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. They all hit except for 9. Tally that up.
15, 19 plus 8 is 27.
Okay. Very good.
And then I would like to cast blindness deafness on her by moving up a
Alrighty.
bit. It's this one.
What's the saving throw?
It's a Constitution saving throw. She will fail.
Not gonna do it.
So she's blinded, and she can make a save on the end of each of her turns.
Okie dokie.
That be turn.
One more ghoul from the depths that springs up and runs towards Velia.
Oh no.
And will claw. 19 to hit. Ooh, Gnarly for 10 slashing.
Yeah, that hits. But I'm gonna use my. Well, I have defensive tactics. So I get +4 AC against if it attacks again,
Nice.
which makes my armor class 20.
Radical. Well, it's not a high CR creature. It doesn't have multi-attack, but I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. It's just
Okay.
DC 10. You say
15.
you are immune to their scratchiness. All right. The Sea Hag is not in a good way right now, and is going to attempt to last ditch. A bunch of your wolves are going to need to make Constitution saving throws as it just drops a thunder wave in this area.
Okay. And I didn't bring up the whole bringing them down with the bite attacks because I didn't think the water would make sense, but just thought we'd let you know about that.
Sure.
Yeah, so anyway, how many am I making? 5?
5.
I think you should roll the damage because I might not have to.
Alrighty.
Oh, no, I have to. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
DC was 15.
Okay, so we'll just do top down. We'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be 1, that'll be 2, and just count like reading left to right.
Sure.
So this one will go away. This one will be down 6 hit points. And I think the only one that dies is right here.
Okay.
So those two die, and I'll mark the other healths.
I could just delete them. Alrighty. That's their turn. I'll let you deal with that bit.
And I'm still frightened.
Yes. Even though the Sea Hag is getting chewed to bits. So you can't willingly move closer to her. But there is this ghoul here that's within your line of sight easily.
Okay, I'm gonna send some sunbolts over to him. On disadvantage again, right?
Yes. That is a hit. For 8. That misses, unfortunately. And that hits. For 9.
And a wisdom save, right?
Yes. You are no longer frightened. On your next turn, you'll be able to do anything. Snow.
Alright, I'm gonna come up here. And we're gonna try and slice the Sea Hag.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For not much. Ice Butt hits. Just total that up for me.
$27.
Describe killing the Sea Hag.
I imagine as these wolves are like doggy paddling around her and like chewing at her legs, Snow just brings ice down in like a diagonal curve and like bisects her from shoulder to waist.
Yeah, and she screeches as she falls into the water. But you notice as you're bisecting the brooch necklace that she's wearing, the chain itself breaks, but as the blade touches the brooch itself, it kind of just turns it. Like it's free to move, so it just kind of turns it, and you notice that it's mostly or it doesn't seem to be affected by the blade of ice as the Sea Hag and the brooch fall into the pool. glimmers with its own iridescence. Run.
Ren is going to run up to the school and just take a few swipes at it.
Alrighty. Finish the fight. Oh.
Okay, well, we'll try that again.
You knocked out both of the bad ones, though.
That hits. The ghoul, like, at first just parries, raises its hand up and, like, does a strangely expert martial arts block of Ren's strike, like, kind of just bringing her momentum with her. But then she just spins and follows up and slices it in twain. And we're out of initiative.
I'm going to point to this wolf and have him retrieve the brooch for us.
The wolf starts to doggy paddle and dive under and comes out holding the brooch and just kind of spits it onto the ground.
Oh, who's a good boy? You are wonderful. Well behaved.
Orf. It just kind of gives a deep bark.
That thing smells.
I mean, he doesn't bathe too frequently, but he just hopped out of the water. You can't blame him for that.
And it's always dogs with you, isn't it? Always summoning dogs.
I've never seen a small enough cat that I can summon. Besides the normal cats, but they wouldn't be too helpful in combat. They don't listen very well.
You know cats are better than dogs, right?
Provide me examples.
Beat is
Hello?
better than a dog.
Would they do this? And I whistle to my dogs and they all roll over at the same time in sequence.
That is a parlor trick.
Now I'm smart enough not to obey.
Indeed, which is why, as a subordinate, there is some sort of utility to these hounds.
Yes,
As a
they-
companion, and I raise my hand, it is very likely a cat would be better. But in this drier consequence of dealing with creatures that are very, very dangerous, it might be more fruitful to rely on, more trusted subordinates. Wouldn't you agree? Regardless, there's a shiny thing.
Couldn't you summon something else? I hate dogs.
She doesn't mean that.
You, Miss Value, you are a pretty good fighter. You move really fast.
Oh, thank you. I definitely felt a little bit that this was a little bit more personal than other fights I've had, but I appreciate it.
Oh, did you know her? Was she somebody you knew?
I think she's the reason that I was gagged and tied up. And also kind of weird that she decided to look like me.
Stoneflame.
Stoneflame, that is Invalia. She is over here.
No, there is some stuff under the water here.
Such
Careful.
as...
There is it looks like a pack. And then he looks over to Velia. And a stick.
Well, you can throw that to one of the wolves. They'll appreciate it.
It looks kind of gross and covered in mushrooms.
Then they would appreciate it even more.
He reaches down and then he gets on his belly and just like reaches his whole face and arm into it, like with the rest of his body just floating on top because of water walk. Somehow he's able to force his hands below the surface with that spell on him, and he pulls out a soaking wet pack, which Velia recognizes as hers, and he sets it down on the edge.
Oh, that's mine.
Oh,
And
it's
Velia runs
very
to
wet.
it.
I can probably help with that. Can I use prestidigitation to clean it and
can.
see if that deals with that?
Yeah. In a very neat way too. Stoneflame then pulls out a staff that is covered in these fruiting bodies of fungus with this sort of algae, moss, and lichen stuff growing all along its edge.
Ooh, wonderful. They'll get a little nutrition out of it. I'll take the staff from him if he's handing it to me, and I'll chuck it this way. And I'll watch all the wolves go after it.
When you touch the staff, Chaticus, you can sense latent magic within it.
He shrugs. He does it anyway.
They start gnawing on it.
I mean, they're not going to damage it if it's magic.
Yeah, the dogs start gnawing on it, and you notice that they pull like a mushroom fruiting body off, and then another one just starts to grow, taking its place.
Thanks for cleaning my pack. Oh, so much better. So gross, covered in all that mud.
Well, if you don't like wet things, you're going to have difficulty getting through this town. It's quite dampened in its current state.
Who has the brooch?
I'm gonna pick it up.
As soon as you pick it up and sort of hold it, a voice enters your mind. Whosoever wields my essence, I would know you, for I will not serve those of or aligned with elemental evil.
Bit goes up to Snow. Are you okay? You look a little off.
I'm
right
gonna
now.
hand it off to Bit, and I'm just gonna say that was maybe a little much for me.
You hear the same
takes it.
bellowing voice say the exact same thing.
Ren sees the same look that Snow had on Bit's face and says, "Are you okay?"
I'm just kind of in shock. Here you go, Ren. Hands it to Ren.
Why is this brooch yelling at me?
I am both.
I know,
I am both pleased and also concerned that I keep being passed around.
Maybe if you didn't yell at people.
I apologize. It is simply my way of communicating with.
Is Ren the only one that can hear this right now?
While touching it, yes.
Ren, no one's yelling.
No, the brooch is yelling at me. Who are you, brooch?
I am Ben-Hadar, or what's left of Ben-Hadar.
Miss Knower, we're looking for Ben-Hadar.
We were.
He's in the brooch! He's in the brooch. Hi, Mr. Ben-Hadar. I am Ren. I am a Goliath barbarian from the hills. And my brother was the leader of the militia in Forstride. Wait a minute. Finish what you were going to say.
He says, after he does say to Ren that same, I will not serve those who are of or aligned with elemental evil. And then he'll continue and say, the hag that held this brooch stole me from my knight centuries ago. And I must know if you or your companions are creatures of greed like the one you slew.
We work for the Way Shields. We are good people.
I know not what this Way Shields is, nor this Forstride. I can tell many years have passed since my fall.
We are fighting against the cultists that like the elements.
Cultists? Again?
Again? I haven't even finished this sentence.
If it is Ben-Hadar now, you might want to warn him of who the cultists worship.
Oh, I am going to pass you to my friend Chadokus because he's really smart and he will be able to answer your questions better. Here, Chadokus, Ben-Hadar is on the brooch and he has things to say.
Tell him I'm busy for the moment. Put him on hold.
Okay, hold please while Chadokus finishes what he's doing.
Okay.
Here is some hold music.
I'm gonna be grabbing the staff and pulling it from the gnawing wolves and be like, "All right, that's enough. That no, let go. Let. Please, yes, thank you. No, yes, ha 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 ha. I command you. No, please let go. Don't have to be so formal
Thank
about
you
it.
for holding, Ben-Hadar. Chattercrest will be ready in just a moment.
I'll walk up and I'll be like, "Is he still on
You
the
are
line?"
next in line on hold.
You took the brooch? The brooch?
Yeah, I'll put it up to my ear like an old
Hey,
man.
Mike.
Like I can't talk to it.
Yes.
Good question, Mike. With the brooch, Ben, can he hear us or only the person that's holding him?
He can. You don't know exactly, but that'll become clear soon.
Anyway, I would like to
What's
pick
he
up.
saying, Chadicus?
I would like to pick up the brooch from Ren. I would like to adjust my glasses because that makes me hear better. Just fill in all the old man tropes. And I'd like to put it up to my ear like a conch shell. Like, Ben-Hadar, this is Chatticus speaking.
You have very strange companions, Mr. Chatticus.
Indeed, they're quite lovely.
Well, it has been a long time since I have been in the hands of someone who doesn't covet me like a simple bauble.
Well, did you speak to the other ones? Because most people wouldn't treat you like a common bauble if you probably struck up a conversation with them.
Oh, believe me,
He yells at people, Mr. Chattercrest. He does not have good communication skills.
let us just say that communications between myself and that sea hag broke down many, many decades ago.
Understandable. She didn't seem the most communicative. But I would like to quickly inform you of some of the events. Currently, we're in a town called Rowlid, and there is a cult group called the Crushing Wave, worshipping some Hydra-y person that seems to probably be your antithesis.
The sea hag you just destroyed served this cult.
Oh, wonderful. Got two birds with that one. So, in this current situation that we find ourselves in, we are trying to remove this cult, extricate them from the town if possible. Would you have any means of helping us with such a task?
You feel like the sensation of being covered in water, but you can feel it sort of internally. It's almost like this essence of this elemental half deity is sort of staring you in your soul, but in their own strange way, with its own sensations. And the essence of Ben-Hadar says, "You have been at this at the behest of another. But do you believe in the cause you fight for?"
I believe in making the world safer. That's my one and only goal currently in my stage of life.
I approve of this. I approve of this indeed. Do you believe in protecting those that cannot protect themselves?
I believe nature sorts it out, but there are some instances in which community is fostered and it's a necessity, yes?
And would you vouch for those you travel with and those you fight with?
I have not known Velia very long, but she seems capable. I don't know her intents, but otherwise everyone else here I could vouch for quite simply.
In that case,
Velia looks over like, huh?
No worries, he's vetting us.
I will make myself available to you.
What are your capabilities, if you don't mind me asking? There might be a more suitable person.
He starts to go over what he is capable of, and I will show the item card in a hot second here.
I'm interviewing a demigod. Do you have
I hear
references?
that.
Where do you see yourself in 10 million years?
Show to everyone. The Cloak of Ben-Hadar. This magical cloak is made from pure elemental water kept in a small, I spelled brooch wrong, of course, that serves as the cloak's clasp. The attuned user can draw forth the cloak or cause it to return to the confines of the brooch as a bonus action. While drawn, the water splashes loudly enough for when the user moves to be heard from 30 feet away, so it hurts your stealth. While the cloak is drawn, it grants the following features. Benevolent Bulwark. When you or any other creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you takes damage of any type, except psychic, you can use a reaction to cause the cloak to billow and spread out to absorb some of the damage. This watery bulwark reduces the damage to all affected creatures by your level, plus 1d12. You can use this feature twice and then must finish a long rest before you can use it again. Boon for the Brave. If you're at half or below your maximum hit points, you can use a bonus action to cause the cloak to shield your body with a buffer of water. This grants temporary hit points of an amount equal to half your maximum hit points. While you have these temporary hit points, you are resistant to fire and cold damage, and gain a +2 bonus to AC and saving throws. You can use this feature once, then you must finish a long rest before you can use it again.
Okay. As it's communicating that, I look around the party, and I kind of draw eyes on Bit for a second, and I say, it's a defensive mechanism. It's quite potent, but the only problem is it uses water. Would a cat be
Oh God, no.
mist? Oh, okay.
Did she just say no outright?
Well,
I didn't catch what
the
you
word
said.
water.
Oh no.
I certainly understand a dog could handle such a potent charm, but obviously in your particular feline, intrinsic details, there would be issues with that and complications. In that case,
Well, what does it do?
imagine it as capable of shielding your teammates in a very responsive manner, and then if you were to fall below a certain healthiness, like an issue problematic from being struck too bluntly, you suddenly would have a cloak of water to shield you for a small period. Very good for up-close damage dealers, as you would call them. So I would look at either you or Ren or maybe Snow. I don't know how Snow would feel with another deity being involved in this. That's why I first looked at you.
Ren, what do you think? Could you use this cloak?
I am Goliath. I am so tough it doesn't matter. But you might need it.
I'll take it.
He will hand
Thank you.
her the brooch.
Do not
I think
do not take me lightly, says Ben-Hadar. You must swear to me that if you are to bear this item that contains my essence, that you will use it to its utmost efficacy. You must defend your allies with it. You must defend yourself with it.
I feel like we would just argue all the time. He was pretty loud.
Did Bit say something?
I accept.
He says, then affix me to your lapel. Or whatever part of your clothes you could affix a brooch to.
I fix him to my clothing.
Okay. And when you do, a stream of, or a billowing sheet of water emerges from the brooch, and it wraps around Bit like a cloak. It is transparent, but glimmers in the light from the torchlight. And Bit, it feels comfortable. It feels like you're in a very warm bath. You're not chilly at all.
Once, water. Good.
I'm certainly glad you approve. Well, with these newfound resources and removing one of these crushing wave sycophants, we can probably begin moving upwards and try to deal with the issue of the tower now. Maybe Mr. Hadar and your new cloak abilities can help us.
A tower? What tower? What is this tower?
You
Oh,
are-
this is real interesting. Tell her, Miss Duchaticus. You tell her all about it.
Well, it's quite simple. The cult that kidnapped you here, as this hag was a member, is currently in ownership of this town by taking over a militia building and making a giant waterfall out of it. We are
Okay.
trying to usurp the control of the town, if possible. If you're looking for revenge and possibly the goodwill of this town and perhaps any monetary compensation, you would be able to assist us in this matter if you're feeling up to it.
More the monetary compensation rather than the revenge. I felt like this was a little bit more personal with the hag. Don't even want to know what she's going to do with me. What is the cult's name?
The Crushing Wave.
The Crushing Wave. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't really have anything planned. So that sounds pretty nice. Get paid, kill some cultists.
Are you
Sounds
certain
pretty
you
good.
didn't receive some sort of head trauma from being struck? You might have had plans that you're missing now.
I'll see if I remember tomorrow.
Well, we'll find out.
Is she being honest there?
Won't know. She proved herself in this thing, so he's not quite judging her.
Yeah. All right. We can. We'll let that come as it comes. All right. And yeah. Are you guys leaving this cavern?
Ready if everyone else is. Probably end of the session, I imagine.
Yeah. I just wanted to get you guys out of the cavern before I ended it. You guys grab the rope at the entrance, and you climb up. And make your way out to this through the weird water spout, and the sky is still this overcast, and you look towards Rollid, and you can still see the tower in the distance, towering. And we'll continue next time.
Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
Bye, Joy.
We have to explain who Joy is.
We do.
Yeah,